Brexit, Brexit, Brexit. We've all heard of it and we all know it's important, but how many of us honestly know what it's all about and why precisely it matters so much? Well, hopefully this China Daily Brexit explainer, the Brexplainer, will go some way towards clearing that up and providing a bit of insight. So for starters, what is Brexit? Brexit is the process of the United Kingdom leaving the 28-member European Union, a political and economic body which it has been a member of since 1973. In 2016, there was a public referendum on the country's continued membership of the EU, as the group is known, and by 52% to 48%, the British public voted for withdrawal. Effectively, Britain is getting divorced. However, if a divorce between one person and one person is complicated, how about a divorce between one country and 27 other countries, which is effectively what Brexit is? For starters, we need to go back to the aftermath of World War II. That is when the first elements of European Union happened. France and Germany, Italy, Belgium, Holland and Luxembourg decided to pool their coal and steel production facilities so the countries would never go to war and argue over these facilities again. Over the years, this cooperation grew to take in other forms of government and industry, and it grew bigger. And Britain was not one of the founder members of this group, but began to show interest, and in the 1960s twice applied for membership. However, the French President General de Gaulle rejected Britain's membership, saying he thought the country was not committed enough to the European ideal. De Gaulle resigned in 1969 and Britain tried for membership again. In 1973, under the leadership of Conservative Prime Minister Edward Heath, a man who was also famous for opening up relations with China, Great Britain joined the European Union. 2 years later, in 1975, under Labour Prime Minister Jim Callaghan, there was a referendum on the country's continued membership of the group, and by a margin of approximately 2/3 to 1/3, the British public voted to stay in the Union. So how did we get from this to the divided kingdom of 4 decades later? Well, that's another story.
And I will go to Parliament and propose that the British people decide our future in Europe.